Welcome to this virtual tour of the Armstrong Browning Library. My name is Laura French and I am the library's curator. The Armstrong Browning Library is dedicated to Robert Browning, a prominent Victorian English poet who was born in 1812 and died in Venice in 1889. The library contains the largest collection of Browning materials in the world. In the course of collecting all resources useful to studying Robert Browning, the Armstrong Browning Library has also accumulated the world's largest collection of Elizabeth Barrett Browning materials. Robert Browning's wife, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, was born in 1806 and died in Florence, Italy, in 1861. She was more famous and more critically acclaimed than him before and during their marriage. You may be wondering how the world's largest collection of these two Victorian British poets came to be at Baylor University in Waco, Texas. Baylor's Browning collection began as the personal collection of Dr. A.J. Armstrong. He is where the Armstrong in the first part of our name comes from. Dr. Armstrong was head of the English department at Baylor from 1912 to 1952. He was a Browning scholar and donated his research collection of Browning materials to the university in 1918. At that time, the collection was housed in the Browning Room in Carroll Library, the main library on campus. After donating his collection, Dr. Armstrong continued collecting Browning materials, but now he did so on behalf of Baylor University rather than himself. He was able to increase the collection of books, magazines, and journal articles by and about the Brownings, and to expand Baylor's collection to include the Brownings' personal correspondence, books they owned, as well as artifacts and personal belongings related to Robert and Elizabeth Barrett Browning. The collection's continued growth meant it eventually outgrew the Browning Room. So Dr. Armstrong began fundraising to build a new library on campus to house Baylor's Browning collection. Construction of the Armstrong Browning Library building began in 1948 and the building was dedicated in 1951 to a final cost of $1.75 million, 3 years before Dr. Armstrong died. The library's holdings have expanded over the years to include a growing collection of rare 19th century research materials that are useful for understanding and analyzing the Brownings within their time.